Hey everybody, welcome to Grainy Shaney Entertaining. That's right guys, unfortunately my computer is still on the fritz. And I don't know who Fritz is. He sounds like some German guy who breaks things and you just have to sit on all your mechanisms. Hello sir, my name is Fritz and I shall be the guy who breaks your shit. So apparently Fritz is still breaking my shit and my computer's still on him. On the fritz, and so unfortunately I gotta do my Grainy Shaney Entertaining. So I ask that you bear with me. You know what's funny? The ring light with these glasses. I look like Bender. Robot. Robots in disguise. This is very off-putting. Nah. Can you imagine if these were my real eyes under here? Nah. Nah. Let's see if this is going to be very bothersome, guys. I hope you don't mind. This looks horrible. It's weird. Anyway, try to ignore it. Let's see if I can put the ring light somewhere else. Ring light, you are in my face. Stupid ring light. Get away from me. You're making me on the fritz. Alright, fine. Ring light doesn't want to behave. So today I was going to do my, I was waiting to fix my computer in order to do my review of Ready Player One, but unfortunately that doesn't seem feasible as it's going to take a little more time than I expected to fix my computer. It's unfortunate, but I gotta go to the geniuses now and pay an arm and a leg to get them to fix it. So that's what makes them geniuses. It's their cost. But anyway, so I'm here to talk about Ready Player One, because I've been dying to talk about it. Now I've seen some reviews, other than mine, since I didn't do it right away, and it's funny because I think you got to take this movie. You can't review this movie the same as you review other movies, because I don't think this movie wasn't made to be a good movie, in the sense that. You know what I mean? In the sense that it wasn't made to be like Shakespearean performances. And this wasn't meant to be that way. When you look at this movie, and from the beginning to the end of this movie, it's a love letter to the 80's and to people of the 80's. It's a love letter to me, and I received this love letter with a nice kiss on the cheek. And I was just like, it's like you can't look away from the screen from the moment from the moment the movie starts. It's just like, I know that. Look at that. What the hell is that? Oh my god. Like, oh my god. Hello, Kitty. What the heck? You know? They're Battletoads running alongside Spawn. What the hell's going on here? This is some insanity. And there is a lot of ADD moments in this movie where you're just like, I don't know where to focus. Does I focus here? Do I focus there? There's too many things. It's too much 80's. It's just... I'm going to come out like Max Headroom, which I don't think there was in that movie, Max Headroom. Yeah, so it's hard to judge this movie based on the merits of being a good movie or a bad movie, because, let's be honest, this was just designed to sort of just have fun. And I don't think this, if anyone wants to take, like, I've seen the Red Letter Media guy, I've seen Red Letter Media's, the review of this movie, and they were pretty hard on it, and there's a few people who loved it, but there's a few people that also were just sort of like judging it based as almost like a cynicism of Hollywood, and it's just a marketing ploy, which, hey, maybe it is, but at this point, I think in the theaters, I don't care. When it comes to movies like this, I don't care. I'm not looking for story, because I know going in what I'm there to see. There was no trickery within the marketing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go in there going, gee, I wonder what this is about. I knew I was going to get Sword Art Online meets Charlie and the Chocolate Factory meets Wreck-It Ralph, meets Back to the Future. And that's kind of what I got. And I don't care, because that's, there was a lot happening in it. And when there's a lot happening in this movie, it does sort of like hard to focus on things. That's kind of the only issue it sort of had at moments, especially during the race, which was phenomenal. But it was hard to, mind you, I also went to a really packed theater and I had to sit right in the, the front area, the front row seats. So I was just watching the movie like, what, in 3D, and I was just like, everything's coming too fast. But I still enjoyed it, and I'm a big. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a huge fan of monster movies. Godzilla's my jam, and I love Godzilla and King Kong and all that stuff. And come on, guys, if you haven't seen this movie, and if you're a monster fan, you'll love this. If you're a mech fan, an anime mech fan, which again I am, I got Voltron over there. I was just a little disappointed there was no Voltron. Spoiler alert, guys! But if you guys are expecting Voltron, maybe Ready Player One, 2 will have it. There's a lot of Easter eggs that I noticed, and I don't know if everybody noticed, but it was like you can always go back and watch it over and over again to see more things, and that's always fun. There was some Star Wars mention in it, and like the story. Let's be honest, the story, it's nothing new. If you're an anime fan like I am, Sword Art Online did stuff like that already. About going into virtual reality worlds and things like that. And there's been not just that one. There's a few other ones, but they've already done that concept before, so that's not very new. But what I did like, well, on the big screen it's new, so there you go. On the big screen it's brand new, for the most part. Tron, but it's not new. Fine, shut up, leave me alone. But in the end, it's just like the way that it was handled was a bit different. The actors, they were okay. They all were fine. None of them wowed me in any way. They didn't add anything to it. They didn't subtract from it, so I was okay with all that. The directing, I mean, listen, this movie is one of those weirdest things to do, because it's like there's so much happening that, do you stop the action? Hold on, this is too closed, man. Do you stop the action so that you can have romantic moments or these others, or do you continuously bombard with action? And in today's topsy-turvy millennial ADD world, we still, it's a very fast action, very fast-paced movie. And it's a long movie. And it had to be long because there was a lot to do. It felt like also there was a moment that really felt Goonies-like, but with more special effects. Just the kids going through these going through an adventure and stuff. So it was very fun, and getting the keys, and everyone says, "Oh, getting the keys." I'm like, yeah, it's a generic video game trope, getting keys. I mean, that's perfect. It runs perfect. I heard people complain about the key thing, but I'm like, it's a video game trope, man. That's especially in the 80s and 90s. Those things with the video game tropes like Zelda and stuff. It's always about getting keys. So it worked. It worked for what the content was. And I didn't read the book. I don't intend to read the book because I watched the movie. And I don't see how reading the book is gonna be better than the movie. Sorry, guy who wrote the book. I don't remember your name now. But hopefully you make enough money on the movie royalties if you're making some, to make a sequel. But yeah, I've heard other people complain that there was not enough 80's combos, and I'm just like, guys, I'm sorry, we got at some point, at some level, we gotta also tone it down with the demands. I mean, a movie that has Spawn and Battletoads running like charge with the guy with Master Chief, the guy's driving the DeLorean through a war scene. I'm not going to get into details here because I don't want to spoil this for anyone, because there's a lot of really awesome things that happen in this movie that, I mean, especially there's a particular scene at the end where I was just like, oh! Remember, I'm a fan of Godzilla. That's all I'm going to say. Fan of Godzilla, fan of mech. That's all I'm going to say. And I love my favorite movie of all time, and so Marty McFly was mentioned in this movie. Zemeckis Cube. If you don't know what that is, you will when you go see it. There was a lot of really good things about this movie, and for people who want to complain about storyline or want to complain about too long or any of that stuff, or too much action, I just say just stop complaining. And not this. I mean, Listen, I get it if you're not from the 80s or the 90s and you don't give a crap about all this pop culture stuff and you're just sitting there like, I don't know about all this, it's too loud, it's too dang loud. You know, that's fine. It's not for you. This is not a movie for you. It's just a movie that sit there, have some popcorn, enjoy some silly action, some cool effects, wicked effects. Wicked. I'm bringing that word back. Wicked. Wicked effects, man. I'm talking 80s. Might as well bring back wicked. Awesome, man. Groovy. Groove-tacular. Yeah, right. Dude, those eyes are distracting, aren't they? Yeah. Private eyes are watching you. So if you're a fan of the 80s and 80s properties and you just want to see them, yeah, like I guess they could have done more with some things and less with other things, but you know, in the end, there's so much happening. There's so much to do. It's a really hard thing to get done properly. He did it really. He did it like Steven Spielberg. My hats go out to you, good sir. As you know, you brought back that 80s feeling. Oh, that 80s feeling. And I'd lost that 80s feeling. Now it's gone. Ooh. Yes, it is gone. And that's kind of a shame, though. Really, I mean, and now I'm going to talk about. Then I talk about this movie. So what do I think about this movie? It was a great movie. For me, it was a great movie. It's just eye candy. It's all it is. It's just eye candy, and just go in there, enjoy it for what it is. It's amazing. It's just a fun. It's just have fun. That's all it's for. It's just to have fun and just go in there and enjoy yourself. Don't think too much. Put your brain away for a little bit, and you'll enjoy this movie. I did, especially if you're from the 80s and you just want to go, I know that. So